Hello and welcome to another review of Kamen HG Core. This is a special version, so it's SP. This is Kamen Deneb Imagin set. It's been a while since I did one of these, and those of you who follow me since my early days of reviewing, you know that some of the reviews for HG and HG Core are missing from my current toy channel, and that's because they, when I sort of started, I put a lot of the rider music on them. And of course that gets copyright issues on YouTube, and some of the video gets blocked in some countries or blocked entirely, and it's just not worth it. And also it does obscure my voice a little bit because the music's a bit too loud. Don't know what happens, because I guess because I know what I'm saying, I can hear it a lot better than everyone else. So even though I put the music, turned the music down a little bit on the video, I didn't turn it down enough, and of course I didn't actually save the raw footage of me reviewing it. So what I'm going to do is actually redub them at some point, hopefully not too much longer, and just stick them back on there for, you know, just put them back on there for people to, you want to see it. So it's been a while since I got one of these, because well, HG doesn't happen anymore. There is going to be an HG. There was a big HG set that came out that has the Century King, Black Art X and Shadow Moon. It's like a big set, and it's extremely expensive and a complete rip-off for what it is. But because it's Black and Black Art X, they feel they can charge so much for it. Don't buy it, because it's just not worth it. But they recently announced they're going to release another HG set, but it's completely pointless because it's just a rehash of characters that, if you have collect HG, probably only have. It's got like Ichigo, Nigo, a few random creatures and riders. It's just like, yeah, whatever. How about, you know, HG Gaim or something? That'd be something. But I think Bandai's focused more on the hero details. I think, you know, larger scale one. I reviewed one set of those, and so those are going pretty well for now. You know, but this scale is over, pretty much. That's what I think is happening anyway. And those didn't know that Wizard was the last one, and some of the Wizard forms were not in the HG set, and turns out that some of them were used as keychains, so their heads have a little hole in them, and you know, the keychain metal bit. Anyway, back to this. So black and white box, full set in an entire box. Now, because with these, once it's been opened, these are blind boxes, you know what's inside. But if you get a sealed box like this, then you get one of each. There's one of each in these sealed boxes, just that usually shops will tear this box open and you'll buy random boxes, so you don't know what you get inside. So yeah, Momotaros, Kintaros, Kotaros, and Urataros, and Deneb. And same stuff on the side, and pretty much showing you all the poses that they can do. This is ages 15 and up. Well, it's a recommended. I don't really agree with it because it's not exactly tiny parts inside. And then yeah, it's a black and white grayscale box following the theme of Imagins. But when you do open it, I'm just trying to reopen all the boxes because. This is a pretty neat way to do a box. It's still a bit excessive, but hey. So on the front, you got Momotaros right here. I got a Deneb logo, so all coloured and stuff. And ones I showed you all different coloured ones you can get. And of course, you know, you also have the sand version of all of them. They're the exact same thing, just not coloured. More coloured differently. Paper. PE plastic. And so when you open this, you know, you rip the top off, and it actually has a little another cover that you just sort of, you know, open up. So you can reseal these. It even has this little thing, just sort of hooks in there, so it holds it together for, I don't know why or what's the point, but it does, and it does the same thing in the bottom as well, as you can see. Yep, look in there. There you go. See, look. It's got that thing underneath as well. So, yeah, and no, these are not candy toys. There's no candy or best before date on these. It's purely just a figure. And because this is special, that's why it's in the box, not just a little capsule 8 from a Gashapon machine. So, well, since half of them are actually the same thing, I'm just gonna spend too long on the I'm going to spend more time on the coloured versions, so So there's Deneb, however you want to pronounce him. Pretty solid figurine. None of these are too hard to assemble except him, because he's molded this way. You know, his left hand is like this, so you gotta push it in that way. But of course, his clothing is blocking most of the way, so it gets kind of annoying. And his standing stage is not the most solid connection. I'm actually having trouble with these sand-colored Deneb. I mean, you know, these are statues, so you just stick them in a cupboard or a shelf or something, and they'll be fine. Like, but as soon as you move them, they'll pop off quite easily. So the paint detail is pretty neat. Gold, silver, and metallic green. Sort of the four main colors right there. And it is paint on the back. Oh, there's a big trans stamp though. The sand color is sort of a shiny pearl like thing, which is what it should be, because pearl, you know, sand and sea and ocean and all that. Okay, so next is Urataros, I think that's his name. You see, he's not standing correctly. I put the wrong foot in. There we go. Makes sense. For some reason, he's got like a brown stage. I think he looks really good. Dark blue, light blue, and silver and orange for his eyes, and a bit black. So there's a lot of different colors that they use for this one figure. And you know, he's posing how he would be. I think he looks best so far. Well, out of the two, of course. That's not exactly a big achievement, but we'll see when the rest of them come out. So he's pretty good. And here, the kitty one, which does annoy me from time to time. He's just sat there drinking a coffee, which apparently means that there's Imagin coffee as well. That's part of him, so that doesn't make sense. That cup should be painted. But money saving, right? So he doesn't have that. Again, pretty solid piece, very easy to assemble. Michael stands really well because his cloak's pretty much holding him up. Metallic purple, like, I don't like him too much. I don't like his design, but as a figurine, as a little statue, the colors are really good in terms that it represents the actual suit. And they've actually bothered to paint the weird colored coffee things, just like in the show. It's gold and silver and orange, but his body is very lacking in many details, paint-wise. Molding details, all of these are really, really good. It is a special set after all. And Kintaros, you see both of them have dropped their axe holding hand. Doesn't actually need a stand, but whatever. Having a stand does make it a lot easier. And I think this hand doesn't really want to stay in too much. So again, he's painted quite well, but I think Urataros is the best so far. Definitely has more points for not having a loose hand. So you might want to super glue that thing, but it is a round peg, so it does allow some movement if you so choose. Not sure about him. He's okay. Just not that special. I will make you cry. Finally, Momotaros just relaxing. Which I actually don't like him in this pose too much. I guess the Ole Sanju thing is, you know, a bit too predictable, but I wish he was sort of standing up with his leg up, like, who do you think you're talking to, kind of pose. Because now he's looking at the floor, and as a display piece, you can't really see his face. If you just look straight on, you're gonna have to like look underneath. But his face is very detailed. You can kind of little individual teeth, tooth next to each other. So little teeth there. Horns are pretty good, pretty soft. The overall paint is decent. I'm thinking if he should have black on his back as well, like, you know, his fiery pattern on his armor. I'm not too sure, but yeah, he's, I mean, still a pretty good representation. It's just I don't agree on the pose. But overall, if you like Deneb and the Imagins, then this is great because there's no Sag anywhere. Is this Sag? The wing form one. It's impossible to get pretty much any figurine of him, so oopsies. And if you really like Dark Deneb, which I don't know why you would, it's a stupid character, then yeah, main Imagins. And what I like most about this is this set, it comes with all the Imagins, all the main ones, and you know, they're not spread out across many different sets like a lot of other characters, like, oh look, this set has 2 random riders from this series and 5 riders from another series. No, all of them are from the same series, so you don't have to buy 2 sets or 3 sets just to get all the Imagins from Deneb. It's all in a single package. Phew. So, pretty decent set because I don't like statues, but I will be using their heads as custom Lego minifigure heads. So yeah, those of you who think no, don't destroy these, if you can offer to mold the heads for me, then I won't destroy them and you keep the figure. But until then, I'm gonna be chopping the heads off. I would chop the heads off the soft vinyl stuff if there were, but there's only Momotaros for that, so oopsies. Subscribe, suggestion, comment below, and guys, take care and have a nice day. Bye.